and welcome to Quadriplegia 101. So we'll fill you in a bit more on how I had my accident and just tell you some of the experiences that I've found myself in over the years. On the day of the accident, I remember going for a run, and then when we got back we were deciding whether to go for a swim or a fish. We decided swim, which in hindsight was the wrong option. So we got to the beach. I basically put my clothes down and then ran into the water, dived over the wave and hit the sandbar, and then just found myself face down and unable to roll over before one of my good mates rolled me over, and I knew straight away I was gone. Yeah, once I was rolled over, they took me to the beach, then took me to Bateman's Bay Hospital, then from there to Canberra, where I had the spinal fusion. Now, I wasn't sure if I was going to walk or not. They then flew me to Prince Henry, which was the ward that I was in. It was probably about around 30 people in one big ward that was about 100 years old. It's actually a museum at the moment. There were feral cats, possums and cockroaches, and they actually had just gotten air conditioned. It was about a year before I got there, so that's how old it was. Back in them days, you allowed to smoke on the verandas. I was there for 7 months. While I was there, we did things like go to physio in the morning, then OT in the afternoons, and we'd come back at around 4 o'clock. So after 7 months, I went from the hospital to home, and even just in them 7 months, I was institutionalised because I was leaving all the support that I had there, which doctors and nurses and such. So it was a scary move home. I lived there for about 2 years. I did a TOEIC course. I got an idea from a friend that mentioned that there was transitional accommodation down in Sydney. So I actually went down there to get my IELTS, but saw all the other, the quads and the paras, they were putting fair housing commissions. So I did the same thing. From there to the Central Coast, where I was lucky to get a 3-bedroom house with a shed, and had carers come in at 7, lunchtime and then dinner time. So after about 8 o'clock, I never saw anyone till the next morning. So anything that happened, I could either just put up with it, like for instance dropping a remote, any blackouts or anything like that, because we didn't really have mobile phones back there, but I managed to get by. With the problems with my operations, firstly, the first one originally happened with complication. I had a stomach ulcer, and I'd broken my neck, and that made me really crook. I was just vomiting up blood, so they had to put a nasal tube down which sucked all the blood out of your stomach. Then the next complication, I went for a operation called a bilateral tendon release because my feet were going a bit club foot. So I went in there, they put me under, I came out, I was feeling okay. Then everything just turned really bright and I couldn't see anything, or I even lost part of my hearing and just couldn't put a sentence together, which at best of days I find that hard to do. And so that lasted for about 2.5 to 3 days. Then the next operation I had I had a colostrum bag put in. About a month later I'd torn some skin off my bum with a bit of tape that I didn't realise, and after a couple of days it turned into a small pressure sore. Now it's the only one I've had in 30 years.